Ensure Our Survival, which is a campaign group of Extinction Rebellion XR UK. We're here to stop the sports washing of rugby's dirty insurers. Burning oil, gas and coal is flooding our pitches and clubhouses, our homes and our communities, and it's only going to get worse. The chair of Allianz's own investment board, Gunther Tallinger, has warned that the climate crisis is on track to destroy capitalism with the vast impacts, leaving the financial sector unable to operate. Yet Allianz continues to exacerbate the climate crisis through its financial support for dirty energy. The funny thing is, Allianz recently made a strong public commitment to getting out of coal entirely, insurance and investments, which would be encouraging if this weren't the 8th time since 2016 that they'd made this promise. Citizen research last year revealed that Allianz had at least $8 billion still invested in coal, alongside $24 billion invested in oil and gas. We're going to go and speak to some of our fellow rebels now.
Mikey D! Mikey D!
Should we do it on that side?
Hello everyone, we are at the England rugby store at Twickenham Stadium. We're here because there's someone's taking it.
Why are you here, sir, today?
Well, we're at Twickenham. We're at Twickenham Stadium because their main sponsor is Allianz, who is a facilitator of the oil and gas industry, and a major one at that. And the thing is, they're not being honest, so they're sports washing rugby, and they're using that to make their name as in a positive one in society. And we have to change that. We have to cut the ties there, because Allianz have promised since 2016 to ditch coal, for example. They've promised it 8 times, and they've currently got 32 billion invested in fossil fuels, 8 billion of which are still in coal. So they're telling lies, and they should be ditched. And a lot of people are in support here. I've given quite a few flyers out, and they agree that they should have a clean sponsor that supports the futures of the young children that are training in rugby, because the rugby pitches are getting flooded with more extreme weather, and it's happening more frequently, and that obviously upsets people picking up their kids. It upsets the local matches. So and the sponsor should not be contributing to that. So we're here, and we hope we're going to make an impact, and we hope that the stadium is going to change their sponsor for a clean one.
Thanks so much. Yeah, we're here because we want to red card Allianz for flooding our pitches. One of the byproducts of burning oil, gas and coal is flooding. Our homes and communities, our pitches and clubhouses are flooding, and it's continuing to get worse. It couldn't happen without dirty fossil fuel insurers. Allianz, AJ Gallagher, Aviva and Co are responsible for this. Boycott them and kick them out of rugby for good. We're here to show them the red cards. We're here to spread the word amongst fans that more frequent and more severe floods are proven to be caused and accelerated by burning oil, gas and coal. But what most people don't realise is that fossil fuel extraction relies on insurance to operate. Big insurers here are responsible for the increase we're seeing in flooding to our homes, clubs. They're as responsible as big oil is in these issues. Let's not forget that insurers are in the business of future risk. So they do know better. They must know that increased extreme weather will eventually empty their own reserves as insurance claims continue to increase in size and frequency.
You were just I thought I've got space.
Perfect timing. Very good. You really enjoy them, you know.
Speak to them.
Oh yeah. Oh, you.
So we've got some rugby fans here, all dressed up for hotter climates. Hi, we're Extinction Rebellion, we're from the live stream. Do you know that the stadium is sponsored by Allianz, who are responsible for flooding? Yeah, so we'd like you to speak to your clubs and ask them to get Allianz out of the clean game of rugby. Stop playing both sides. No, dress for warmer climes. Thank you, have a great match. Tell us where you are again. Yeah.
Once again, folks, please keep to the left-hand side, use all the available lanes. Keep moving to the left and use all the available lanes.
We're here today at the Gallagher Premiership Rugby Final. We are Ensure Our Survival and we're a campaign group for Extinction Rebellion.
Welcome, folks, welcome to
We
the
want to help stop the
Premiership
sports
final.
washing
It's the
of
Allianz
rugby's
Stadium in Twickenham.
dirty insurers.
Welcome to all the fans from Leicester! You miserable lot, you can do better than that, it's not inevitable. Welcome to the fans from Leicester! I'll tell you what, it's a good job they don't need your cheering to make them win. All right then, let's hear a chant for the fans from Bath!
We know that Allianz sponsors Twickenham. AJ Gallagher sponsors the Premiership. The Irish National Stadium is now called the Aviva. Scotland, Murrayfield is now named after Scottish Gas. The RFU's own recommended insurance broker for clubs, Howden, also sponsors the Lion Tour. Howden, Allianz, AJ Gallagher, they're all profiting off the floods worsening, while they bung a few quid to the RFU to clean up their image and sell their products to rugby fans. We're telling rugby fans to put pressure on their clubs to stop being sponsored by dirty oil insurance companies. We have a petition that we'd like everybody to sign, please. The petition, if you go to change.org and search for rugby and flooding. You'll find our petition there. We've already had some great responses to that. The fans are pleased that we're here talking to them. We're not going to disrupt the rugby or anything like that. We just want people to come together and realise the power that they have.
Get to one spot, then we all stay there.
Folks, does anyone know how to get rid of 4 visible children? Can't do that anymore. Sorry. We're not in charge of the price. There's only one in stock per family. No, sir, I don't think I need one. Once again, folks, please keep moving left. Use all the available lanes. Keep moving left.
We're here at the Gallagher. Sorry. It's supposed to be a long.
We go and find our leaflet and ask them what their experiences are.
I'll be around here somewhere.
We're here at the Gallagher Premiership Rugby Final. We're here to red card Allianz for flooding our pitches. We know that putting pressure on insurers has an effect. In Australia, sustained campaigning by climate movements has led to over 45 insurers refusing to insure Adani's Carmichael coal mine. Without insurance, dirty energy companies can't extract the coal, oil and gas, which is driving the climate breakdown. Insurers of fossil fuels publicly promote their green credentials while quietly expanding the parts of their business that insure fossil fuel projects. These enablers of climate breakdown are often the same insurance companies which are ramping up premiums or withdrawing cover from communities who are losing their homes, their livelihoods, their communities, and sometimes their lives to the extreme weather events fueled by dirty energy.
Come on, Mark.
Allianz Stadium.
It's going great. We're talking to a lot of fans, and there's quite a few people here who, some of them are involved in grassroots rugby through their, they play themselves or their kids play, and they know about the flooding. Everybody in the West Country knows. I've chatted to some people from Wales, and they had 3 of their 5 local clubs floods in the last 2 years. So it's already a big issue. It's only going to get bigger, and it's Allianz that's doing it. So I think a lot of people have been quite receptive, but also as well, they're here for a big day out, and not everybody wants to stop and talk. So
what's the ask? What can people do if their stadium, their club is sponsored by Allianz? What can they do?
So what's sponsored by Allianz is this massive stadium here, Twickenham Stadium, which is the home of English rugby, but also the home of rugby. It's like rugby started in England. This is the biggest stadium in England. So this, internationally, they call this the home of rugby, right? And the RFU, who's the governing body for England, have taken £150 million of Allianz quite greedily, while Allianz in the background are quietly making the flooding happen worse. Yeah. So it's this stadium that's sponsored by Allianz, and RFU, the Rugby Football Union in England, which has 2,000 clubs, are the members of the RFU. So it's the clubs really that have the power. So grassroots clubs are the ones most at risk of flooding. Many of them have flooded already. More will flood this winter coming, and more the winter after. It's only going to get worse. Some of these clubs will be, after 100 years, not able to operate anymore. And it's the clubs that can write to the RFU and have more power than a single fan. But as a fan, we can do something too. So I know my mate here has already signed the petition. If you go onto change.org and just search rugby flooding, there's a petition where anybody can sign. Whether you go to one match a year, whether your kids play, whether you wake up every day thinking about rugby, doesn't matter, right? It's our sport, and we need to get the dirty, floody sponsors out. So for fans, go to change.org, go search rugby flooding, sign the petition, and then go and talk to your local club.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks. I think I'm going to go inside. I've got a ticket.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
6 mates from my school were coming, and one of them hasn't made it. So they just texted me the other ticket. So I think I'm going to go in, put these in the gent, right? But I just need to talk to Paul before I do. If I go in,
We're here today at the Gallagher Premiership Rugby Final, where we want to give the red card to Allianz for insuring and investing in big oil companies burning coal, oil and gas. Some insurers like Covia and Benefact Group, who have sub-brands called Ansvar and Ecclesiastical, they avoid businesses with fossil fuel firms altogether. Other popular companies, especially Allianz, Zurich, AXA, AIG, continue to insure the very industries which are driving climate breakdown. Allianz is the parent company of some familiar insurance names: LV, Petplan, Britannia Rescue, Premier Line, Fairmead and Buddy's Enterprise.
I was watching you, Sally.
Sorry, darling. Sorry. Okay.
I didn't tell what
Has anyone got 6 outreaches?
You got any beer mats?
Yeah. I'll ask them.
Can I give you this back?
It tells you fuck all about what the protest is.
There's a QR code there.
But it's just shit. That doesn't tell you anything. That's right.
I'm not going to do much longer. It's not great. It's just people flooding past. It's not. There's no action. There's no oil. There's no. Just do a little bit longer. It's gone fancy banners. But you're doing great. There's no drama. You've done it.
Really stressing me out.
It's gone fancy banners. It's gone fancy.
England Stadium.
Just doing flyer action. Just flyer action. That's it.
Good luck today. Good luck today, madam. Good luck today. Good luck today. Good luck today. Good luck today. Good luck today, sir. Good luck today. Oh, you got one. Good luck today, sir. Free rugby strategy. Good luck today. Good luck today, madam.
I love my girlfriend.
Where's the banner?
Could you send one of the photos you took at the photo shoot? Yeah.
It's the Gallagher Premiership Rugby Final today. We are here because the sponsor of the Allianz Stadium, Allianz themselves, are insuring and investing in oil, gas and coal. We want to show them the red card and we implore you to start talking to your friends and your clubs about this, put pressure on your club to change their sponsor, look into who they're sponsored by, what is that company doing. Many of the insurers sponsoring rugby are involved with oil, gas and coal. They've flown under the radar for too long and now it's time that we show them the red card. Let's boycott them and kick them out of rugby for good. As rugby fans, we have the power to get the rugby unions to drop sponsors causing flooding.
Come on, you are.
Sail sharks.
Oh, I was going to tell you a couple of things rather than the audience. I've just got a ticket to the game from a friend of mine because they had one and their mate hasn't turned up, couldn't make it. So I'm going to go in and do some flyering and stuff in there. And our friend in the black will take charge of this team.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll see you guys afterwards.
And have you got a banner to unfurl inside the stadium, sir?
I don't think I'm going to get in with the banner. I've checked out the entry point and I don't think that's going to fly today. Maybe another time though in the future if somebody wanted to go and take a banner they could.
How's the flyering? How's the leafleting going?
I mean, I think it's going really well, and actually standing here and not giving out leaflets for a minute and just looking at my phone, several people walking by were talking about Allianz. There was one guy explaining to his mate that they're a German insurer and they're one of the biggest insurers, and they're doing home insurance and they're doing the big oil and gas projects that are driving the climate crisis. So I think a lot of people sort of already get it, that climate flooding, but they don't get Allianz's role in it, and that's what we're here to explain. So I think it's going really well.
Insurance playing both sides, aren't they? They're profiting from our premiums going up for our homes, our car insurance, great areas, and yet they're also profiting from the investment in fossil fuels.
Absolutely, yeah. So Allianz have promised the world that they would get out of coal. They made a big announcement just this February saying that they're getting out of coal for good, which would have been a lot more believable if they hadn't done it every year for the last 8 years. And they've still got 8 billion in coal, but that's mainly with Allianz investors, where they own large pots of money and invest it in different things. They've got 23 billion. Citizen research from last year, I think, came out 23 billion US dollars in oil, gas, and coal combined. And at the same time, we're paying more for our home insurance because there's more chance of our houses flooding. So they're charging us to flood us. And
it's not an investment
when you actually need them because your house is flooded. It's not certain they'll pay out.
It's exactly, and it's not an investment if it's killing our livable planet, is it? How they can carry on calling it an investment?
It doesn't make any sense to me. By the way, I'm not a spokesperson for Allianz investors, and I'm not affiliated with them in any way. But I do think that their whole strategy is a little bit short-sighted.
Yes.
And actually, an Allianz board member took to LinkedIn earlier this year, saying if we don't get down emissions rapidly and aggressively, then there won't be a financial services industry in 10, 20 years' time. This is a board member of Allianz. As an afterthought, he said, and there won't be any society or civilization. He was more concerned about the financial services industry. You should read it. It's very entertaining, if a little bit psychotic, psychopathic. Allianz know exactly what they're doing. They're doing it anyway, and they're doing it to make a few quid, and they're making it out of us. They're squeezing us, and that's terrible for ordinary households, communities, and it's terrible for rugby. These pitches, when they flood, they cost huge amounts to repair. You can't play on them for at least a month, and some clubs will not recover from that. Clubs that have been around for maybe 100 years will disappear because of this in the next few years. I got to go.
Give us, just quickly before you go, give us some data. How many flyers did we have? How many people here today? How many people are we hoping to reach at this event?
We've got a bigger team than we actually thought we'd have. I don't know exactly how many, but we're giving out 25,000 flyers to the 82,000 fans and 5,000 beer mats, which we're asking fans that engage, what's your local club? Are you with a local club? Have you got, do your kids play? And if so, we're giving them a beautiful beer mat. I've got one right here if you'd like to see it, which they can take back to put on their clubhouse bar and pin on the board at the clubhouse, which just simply explains the cycle. The money that we give the insurers, they're using to empower more oil, gas and coal extraction, which causes the flooding, which floods our pitches. So the QR code on there is where they can go to sign the petition. There's a pro forma letter for the club to write to the RFU and add that pressure. So the fans that engage are part of a grassroots club. We're giving the beer mats. We've got 5,000 of those. We think probably each person today is going to give out something like 300 leaflets. And honestly, we're more worried that we'll run out than we'll have any left over, because the crowd's been great. Go on, Bath.
You're supporting Bath today, sir?
I'm from Bath.
We're supporting the climate today.
I don't have a choice. I'm supporting Bath. I'm supporting grassroots rugby. You know, there's quite a lot of clubs in the southwest have flooded now. Keynsham, very famously, Keynsham between Bath and Bristol flooded a couple of years ago. They couldn't play on it for 4 months. You know, they were driving jet skis across the pitch and paddleboarding on the pitch because they couldn't drain. So, you know, it's a big issue where I'm from in the southwest. It's a big issue in Wales. They're not really represented here today, but, you know, with the Welsh Rugby Union body, like the RFU is the English one, the Welsh one's the WRU, the Welsh Rugby Union. They're in bed with a dirty insurer called Howden, who are also going to be the shirt sponsors for the British and Irish Lions. So for all the home nations, England, Wales, Scotland and Ireland, they've got dirty sponsors, most of them insurers and one Scottish Gas in Scotland. I've got to go. It's been lovely talking to you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the atmosphere.
Here for climate.
See you after.
Thank you.
Bye.
It took me about 15 minutes to set it up and having you were better than that. Are you going in?
Yeah, as soon as I've tidied up a couple of things.
Okay.
100%.
So here we are at the Allianz Stadium in Twickenham. Fans arriving for the final of the RFU. Eighty-two thousand fans arriving. Stadium is sponsored by Allianz.
Better engagement.
82,000 fans arriving today. So we're here today to remind fans to give Allianz the red card for insurance. Allianz, raising your premiums. All the football pitches which is flooded, can't play rugby on a flooded pitch. So we're asking football fans, RFU fans, to sign the petition to give Allianz the red card for rugby. $25,000 flyers are going to be given out today. Also, we're seeing some shirts here got Howdens on them. Howdens are an insurer which don't tell their staff about the raised premiums for your house insurance, your car insurance, and like Allianz, behind the scenes, Howdens are increasing their investment, as they call it, in oil and gas. It's not an investment if it's killing the planet. It's got the banner here giving red cards to Allianz. Got our outreaches here. And show us these lovely flyers. Show us the lovely flyer. So we're giving Allianz the red card. Sponsors. See the stadium here. 82,000 people coming today. 25,000 flyers we're giving out. We're asking rugby football fans to speak to their clubs and ask them to get Allianz out of insurance. Allianz, Howden, they can't play it both ways. So we're interested in Allianz. They're the sponsors of the stadium. Yeah.
That was Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. It's got a lovely. $82,000 fans expected today. Coming from all over the country, coming from Bath. Stadiums have flooded. Beautiful stadium, beautiful day.
5-4.
So Allianz, Europe's largest insurer. Carnival atmosphere here today. Hopefully starting the conversation. Do people know that Allianz are insuring the climate crisis? Raising your premiums on your house, your car insurance, whilst they're investing in fossil fuels. We're Extinction Rebellion and we're asking to give Allianz the red card. Just looking for someone to talk to. Will anyone talk to us? An outreacher.
Yeah, Dan's going at the end of the game. Let's do it.
So tens of thousands of people arriving in Twickenham today. For the Rugby Football Union final, Bath versus Leicester, in the stadium that is sponsored by Allianz, one of Europe's largest investors in fossil fuels. So on the one hand, Allianz are raising your premium for your car and your house insurance. And on the other hand, they've got over 30 billion, as they call it, invested in fossil fuels.
Just fly ahead of you.
See here, Allianz, huge German company, the largest insurer in Europe. They don't even play rugby in Germany, but investing, they see what a huge sport it is, what a captive market here. So using rugby to greenwash their brand, huge investor in fossil fuels.
Can't get in, will I? No.
It's looking here for, this is Tim. Here are a couple more outreaches. So here's Tim, and he's speaking to members of the public. Yeah.
All right, I'll carry on speaking with members of the public.
Yeah. Carry on.
Anybody like a leader? Just join in the build-up a little bit here. Thank you very much. Enjoy the match.
Sorry. So some people are really lovely and say thank you to us for handing out these leaflets. Some people are curious. I've spoken to a few insurers, and some of them are really on board. Other people don't want to know, but eventually they'll get to know, and that's why we're here, giving up a little bit of time, so that we can push the dial a tiny little bit and make the world a little bit more optimistic for us all. Thank you.
Is it worth your while coming to a rugby match to do outreach about the climate crisis?
I think it's worthwhile in that you've got a lot of people here who understand, they're smart people, they understand the connection between their clubs flooding or people in the southern hemisphere having their entire lives disrupted with climate change at the moment. So the smart ones amongst them are starting to talk, and this is initiating a lot of conversations. Conversations are the superpowered thing that we have to get things moving. And we're having a few of those today, and we're handing out a lot of leaflets. Hopefully by the end of the day, there'll be a little bit more joining the dots up between rugby and insurance and the oil industry. Thank you.
Thank you for your work.
You don't want me going. You seem to be going more.
We are. We've just made
Bar fans.
been there about 30 years.
Fair bar.
Yes, to be fair, it's not easy.
So we've come to Bath, we've come to Twickenham today to outreach at the Allianz Stadium, the home of English rugby football, for the Bath-Leicester final, sponsored by Gallagher, a US insurer. 82,000 people today, 25,000 flyers given out, 5,000 beer mats. So hopefully the home of rugby football today will start the conversation amongst rugby football fans about the link between fossil fuels and the greenwashing insurance industry, Allianz. Oh, thank you for watching. See you. See you at the next live. We're going live again on the 25th of June from another fossil fuel enabler.